Hello and welcome. Today we are declaring war on a pest that has been bugging humanity for, well, centuries, the bed bug. I know that finding them can be super stressful, but we're going to replace that anxiety with a clear, step-by-step battle plan to take back your home for good.
So you think you might have bed bugs? Okay, hold on. Before you spend any money or a single ounce of energy, the very first most important step is proper identification. A lot of other insects can look similar, so let's make absolutely sure we know exactly what we're up against.
Okay, let's get into it. Grab a flashlight and check within about 15 to 20 feet of where you sleep. So what are you looking for? Well, the most obvious sign is seeing the actual bugs, live or dead. You'll also want to keep an eye out for little reddish, rust-colored stains from crushed bugs. Another telltale sign? Tiny dark spots that kind of look like a marker bled into the fabric. That's their excrement. You might also see these pale shed skins from the younger bugs. And finally, those itchy red welts. But, not everyone reacts to the bites, so that physical evidence we just talked about, that's the real key.
Now here's something important to remember. You're looking for a small but totally visible insect. It's not microscopic. A lot of people think they're too small to see, but an adult is about the size of an apple seed. They're flat, kind of oval, and they crawl. They don't fly or jump. So if it's flying, it's not a bed bug. And if one has just had a meal, it'll look a bit more swollen and reddish.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll lay out the overall battle plan. Then, we'll dive into 3 clear phases. Phase 1 is all about cleaning and clearing the area. Phase 2 is the treatment itself, the main event. And Phase 3 is how you protect your home and prevent them from ever coming back. This is how we're going to turn that anxiety into action. I know this can feel like a really tough fight, but check this out. It's actually not that hard to get rid of them if you ignore all the bad advice and just follow a methodical plan. Forget those bug bombs and foggers you see at the store. They're mostly useless. A systematic approach is your best weapon, and it makes getting rid of them totally possible.
Okay, let's get into our overall strategy. And we're going to start at ground zero, the most common hiding place for bed bugs, your bed. The mattress, the box spring, the frame, that whole area is basically their headquarters.
This 4-step process is how we take back their stronghold. First, you strip and isolate all the bedding in sealed bags so nothing can escape. Next, you clean and treat the bare mattress and frame. After that, you're going to trap any survivors with special encasements, and finally, you rebuild your bed like a fortress and set up traps to make sure the coast is clear.
All right, Phase 1, preparing the battlefield. Before we can even think about treating the problem, we've got to prep the room. This is all about getting rid of clutter and cleaning everything so our treatments can reach every single last hiding spot.
Listen, everything on this list has a purpose. Getting rid of clutter, that takes away their hiding places. Moving the bed away from the wall, that isolates it. Washing and drying all your linens on high heat, and I mean high heat, is one of the best ways to kill every single life stage, from eggs to adults. And a really thorough vacuuming, you're literally sucking up tons of them before you even start to spray.
Okay, the area is prepped, it's clean, and now it is time for Phase 2, the attack. For this, we're going to use a super powerful 2-pronged approach. We've got a fast-acting liquid spray and a long-lasting dust. This really explains the strategy perfectly. You've got 2 tools working together. The Harris 5-minute killer, that's the gold label spray, gives you that immediate knockdown on contact, and it even leaves a residual that can last for up to a year. Then you follow up with Harris diatomaceous earth, which gives you this incredible long-term barrier. Think of it like this. One is for the sprint, the other's for the marathon.
The science behind this stuff is so simple, but it's absolutely lethal to bedbugs. Diatomaceous earth isn't a chemical poison, it's a mechanical killer. It's made from fossilized shells, and their microscopic sharp edges are like tiny shards of glass that physically cut through the bug's waxy outer shell. This makes them dehydrate and die. And you know the best part? Because it's a physical process, they can't develop a resistance to it, ever.
And just look at how well it works. In tests, diatomaceous earth had a nearly 90% mortality rate after just 10 days. Now get this, in those same tests, a lot of the common foggers you see everywhere had a mortality rate of just 12%, which is pretty much the same as using plain water. So yeah, this stuff actually works.
So the sequence here is absolutely crucial. You always apply the liquid spray first. Hit all those seams, tufts, and cracks where the bugs love to hide. Then you have to let it dry completely. Then and only then do you apply a light dusting of the diatomaceous earth. The powder has to stay dry to work, so this order It's non-negotiable for success. You've cleaned, you've treated, and you are winning the battle. Phase 3 is about winning the war for good. This is how we lock in that victory and make sure these pests never get a foothold in your home ever again.
This might be the single most important step you can take after treatment. A good bug-proof encasement for your mattress and box spring does two amazing things. 1, it traps and starves any bugs or eggs you might have missed. And 2, it gets rid of thousands of potential hiding spots, which makes checking for them in the future super easy. It protects your bed and, more importantly, your peace of mind.
And finally, you just make defense part of your routine. By adopting these simple habits, keeping clutter down, vacuuming often, being really careful with secondhand stuff, you make your home a place that is just not friendly to bedbugs. Sealing up cracks and using little monitor traps will give you a heads up on any new threats before they ever become a real problem.
Look, a bedbug problem can feel totally overwhelming, but it is a problem you absolutely can solve. With a clear plan, the right tools for both a quick attack and long-term control, and just a commitment to prevention, you have everything you need to get rid of bedbugs and make sure your home stays a true sanctuary. You got this.